Hey fuckers, welcome back to another episode of Planet Kelly. So today we're doing another little audio episode because truthfully, I didn't feel like busting out all that shit just for you to look at me because there ain't really much to look at today. Let's be real. I'm in a t-shirt that we got from a free a basketball game that we got for free and my sleep shorts. So this feels better for me. So I hope it's okay for you. We're just going to vibe with this today. Okay, so I made a list of things that Maddie and I wanted to see and do before we came to Arizona, but we mostly wanted to spend time together and get in and out. That was kind of like the goal of the entire trip. It was like, can't wait till we get in and out. We have to go and we have to go get in and out. Of course, literally at midnight when we got here, and my stomach was not doing well. What's new? So we had to come back to the house, check in, drop off all our stuff, grab the keys to the car, and I was ready to head out, but my stomach was not ready. So it took me a minute. And after about an hour and a half, we decided we were going to try to hit In and Out before they closed. And it was the best In and Out we've ever had. It was great. It was such a fun time. I loved staying up. I know Maddie probably didn't feel the same way, but sometimes I just love those late nights. It's a good time, you know? Okay, so obviously we went to In and Out, of course. I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you what our In and Out orders are. Mine is a hamburger with no lettuce, whole grilled onion, and extra tomato. And I get a root beer with extra ice. And then Maddie gets a double double, no onion, no spread with a pink lemonade. And we usually share a french fry. Or if I'm really fucking feeling hungry, I'll get my own french fry. I'll make sure I always check in with her first. I'm like, so are we sharing a fry? You're okay with me eating 3/4 of the french fries? She's like, maybe I should get my own fry. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a great idea. I'm glad we're on the same page. Um, so we went to In and Out. Of course, we've been multiple times, and I'm pretty sure Maddie said we're going tonight for dinner, so can't wait for that. And then we also stopped at Sephora. There was a couple of things we needed to re up on, which is so funny. Actually, I didn't even write this down in my notes, but yesterday I was looking through my Snapchat memories. They just popped up or whatever, and I was like, sure, I'll look at them. I never do that, but I was like, sure, I'll look at them. Sure as shit, literally 1 year ago today, I got Maddie one of those day hair creams because I had put her on like 6 months prior to that. And I was like, in my video, I was like, so we're doing a Sephora haul, whatever, whatever. And I was like, I put Maddie onto this day cream, and I'm like, ain't no fucking way. We definitely just bought the same shit like 1 year later. It was just crazy that the timing lined up so perfectly that I was like, that's so weird that we just went there exactly 1 year ago today. So weird. Anyway, but we went there. We had to get some day cream for Maddie. And then I really like the Glossier U perfume. And I kind of have been going into this minimalistic luxury era where I want to get rid of everything. We talked about that. Like, I want to just declutter, get rid of everything, get rid of literally everything, build a time capsule closet or capsule wardrobe or whatever. And I want to make sure, like, we just don't have excess amounts of shit. I just feel like when I look at my house and it is literally stuffed to the brim, I feel like my brain is stuffed to the brim. I need less. I need to make less decisions. It feels like we spend so much time making decisions about stupid shit. It's like, you know, but like the clothes we wear or whatever, and it's just like if you just had 5 shirts and 5 pairs of pants, it would take you, I guarantee, at least a quarter of the time to fucking get dressed. But so I'm working on that. And then, leveling up the small things, not having two different body washes, just having one really good body wash, and not having, you get my point. Everything but to a minimum. Like, instead of having 4 different lotions, we have one lotion for our body and one really good hand cream. And you know what I mean? Like, kind of go from there. So that's kind of the goal. But I really wanted to get the Glossier U perfume because I have a bunch of different like body sprays, and like, to be real, anybody that knows me, at least probably a year ago, I don't really hang out with most people nowadays, but a year ago, if you would have asked anybody, I smell like Sol de Janeiro 40. It is just like, that was my signature scent and I loved it so much. Well, I love leaving it in my car so that I can spray it before I go in places, but I think that it gets diluted or fucked up when it's in the car. Like, it messes with the alcohol content or whatever the fuck. It just doesn't smell the same to me. And so it's kind of like turned me off, and not like I haven't really wanted to use it, but Yes, well, not yesterday. The other day when we were in Sephora, I smelled it because I was like, oh, like that's a mini. And Maddie's like, get it. And I was like, but I already got my other perfume. And she was like, so? I was like, okay, period. Got it. I love the vibe check. I'm with you there. And so I grabbed a little travel size of the Sol de Janeiro 40, and I'm so glad I did because I just missed it. It smells so fucking good. And I just love that it's one that I can spray 5 times a day. Like, I don't have to spray it 5 times a day, but if I do, I don't smell fucking repulsive, you know? Because some people just be spraying. Like, you can't spray a perfume multiple times a day. Girl, we can smell you from 10 miles away, okay? No. Like 2 pumps and you're good all day. All fucking day. Don't reapply none of that shit. But body spray, I feel like you can reapply that shit as much as you want because, like, you ride with the windows down and, whatever. So I wanted to get a Glossier U perfume. I didn't see it when we were there. And instead of trying to track it down, I just decided to smell all these other things. Well, Maddie and I stood at the wall and sprayed, like, I don't even know, 25 plus perfumes to see which one was going to be my new signature scent, because I just want one good perfume that I wear all the time, which I did get Sol de Janeiro 40, so I'm going to have 2 signature scents, but that's fine with me. One really dress up nice scent and one body spray that I can spray and still smell good when I look like shit, when I'm wearing my sleep shorts and a big t-shirt to go to the gas station. Like that. But I ended up going with Gucci Flora. It is the pink version, the pink bottle. They have like a pink, a yellow, a teal, and then they have like a see-through pink one and a see-through yellow one. It is just the really bright pink Gucci Flora. Girl, when I tell you, when we smelled this, it clicked in my brain. When you know, you fucking know. Okay. I literally looked at Maddie and she was like, yep, that's it. And I was like, damn, I really wanted the Glossier U. And I went to go smell it on one of those spray strips and it just wasn't it for me. I was like, wait, I literally used a whole bottle of this. So what do you mean it's not for me? Like, why don't I like it anymore? But we're leveling up. And so apparently that means I need Gucci perfume. And I'm really grateful that my wife loves to treat me to fancy things because I'm really happy and it smells so yummy. So if you need a new perfume, definitely go try Gucci Flora. The whole line of the Gucci, like, flower whatever is actually really good, but I definitely enjoy the pink one the best. Okay, we're moving on. We went to IKEA, bitch. I told you I need to go to fucking IKEA. Like, I love IKEA. Like, when we lived here, game over, bitch. I went to IKEA an absurd amount of times. Okay, it was actually kind of sickening, but I love it. I don't know why I love it. It's just like a mix between, you can buy a ton of stuff because it's cheap, and it actually, like, some of the stuff's actually really good quality, or you'll find stuff that you're really surprised about. Like, it just blows my mind that they have, you know, 90-cent kitchen utensils, but they also have $100 lamps and $300 rugs. Like, what do you mean? The price range is fucking crazy. I love it though, because it's like there's something for fucking everybody. And sometimes it just is nice when you don't need to splurge on some of the little things. Obviously, the everyday luxuries, yes, like we talked about, but other things like, I don't know exactly off the top of my brain. I don't know, stuff like catch-all buckets or baskets or whatever. You can find that shit there. Picture frames. There you go, picture frames. They have great fucking picture frames. They're great quality. They fucking last a long time. Like, I put Maddie's mom on. I was like, we have all of these in our house. And she was like, okay, I'm going to need you to buy me 5. I was like, period. So I just love some IKEA. But when we lived here, I got some of their towels. If you are a girly who kind of is into that, like, eclectic style or whatever, you like striped towels, like bath towels and hand towels, these ones are really cute. They're more of a thick stripe. They're not the thin, cute, delicate stripe. It definitely is more of like a in-your-face stripe. But they have a tan and black striped one that I love. And so I got one of those in a hand towel when we lived here. And then I also they have 2 other colors. They have a blue, it's like a light blue and a dark blue with a green trim. And then they have a yellow and a white striped with a pink trim. And so I really wanted the yellow, but I just knew it wasn't for me, so I put it back. But when we were here before, I got the black and white and then the blue and blue, and I kept those. So we've had those for about a year or so, and I love them as hand towels. I always make sure I wash them so I can have those ones back in the bathroom again. So I was like, we definitely need to re up on those. And Maddie and I, are in that stage of figuring out, like, trying to get a renter, whatever. I don't know. Both of us, when we got here, we were like, fuck it. We're kind of over it. We don't really want to have a renter. We kind of just want to sell it. So it's kind of always in the back of our mind. We're going back and forth or whatever. But whatever happens, happens. It's whatever happens is meant to happen. And we're just along for the ride. But I told Maddie that when we moved to those apartments that I told you about that are so fucking cute, we're gonna need some new towels, and we actually just need new towels in general because I can't even tell you how long we've had our towels. It's really gross, actually. So I told Maddie that I was like, we need new towels regardless. So I was really surprised because they have bath sheets. If you don't know the difference between a bath towel and a bath sheet is fucking ginormous. Okay, if you are really, and no, if you're not a kid, you should be using a bath sheet. Like I was going to say, if you're 5'5" or you're a man, no, it doesn't matter what the fuck you are. You could be purple. If you're a fucking purple adult, you need to use a bath sheet. If you're a purple child, you can use a bath towel. Okay. They are just a significantly larger towel. Same setup, same thing as a hand towel, whatever, just like giant. And they are fucking incredible, okay? If you are using a bath towel that barely meets when you wrap it around your body, it's fucking too small, bitch. Get a bath sheet. Save your time. They're like $12. Get one and just treat yourself. Make sure you wash that motherfucker. Anyway, but they have bath sheets. So I was like, fucking period. I got 4 of them hoes. I was like, yeah, I'm going to need at least 4. Because, like, I don't know when we're fucking coming back here. And I think I can order them online. But, I love the personal, in-person satisfaction. Immediate. I just love it. Anywho, well, that's all I got at IKEA. I mean, I think I got a couple things. No, I think I literally just got towels. I don't know. I might have threw some other random shit in there. I don't remember, but I don't think so. Oh, yeah, I actually did. I got these 2, like, glass. They look like crystal, but glass, I think. 2-piece jars. It's like a covered jar that you would use as like a candy dish or for like cotton balls in your bathroom, something like that. I was like, oh my God, I need 2 of those. They only had 3 left. So I was a nice Samaritan and I made sure I left one for somebody else. But I was like, I love these because I really wanted, like, I love having these catch-all dishes around my house. I have one where Maddie drops her keys off. We have one in the bathroom for our rings when we shower, one next to my bedside with lotion and chapstick, and then one on the coffee table, whatever. I just love them. They're so nice and they're so versatile. You can put them fucking anywhere. It's so nice. Like, so cute. Anyway, you can use them for candy or Q-tips or whatever the fuck you want to use them for. I just think it's great. So I got 2 of those because they were just super cute. Little small crystal dishes. And if you've been listening since the jump, I love a good dish. All right. We've talked about this before when we went thrifting with my mom and Maddie. And I just was so excited about all the dishes. And I couldn't wait to get a dish. Anywho. All right. We're moving on. This one's short and sweet. I stopped at Ross because I needed to grab a cheap curling iron to do my hair for the photo shoot. I'm doing a photo shoot today for the podcast. And just kind of in general, I don't really have any pictures of myself personally. So it's going to be a very nice single photo shoot that's just going to be good for marketing the podcast. And I'm just really excited to have some good headshots and some good pictures. But I needed a curling iron because I don't have one. I had a flat iron that I brought with me, but I just thought that wasn't really the vibe I wanted to go for. I think I wanted to curl my hair. And that leads me into the next bullet point, which is hunting down the double layered t-shirt at Gap. Listen, I fucking found this t-shirt before we left Omaha. And I was like, no, like, let's just wait till we get to Arizona, because, like, why would we buy it here? Like, it's more fun to spend money when you're out of town. I feel like that's just, like, that should be a known fact. But I was looking for this shirt, and Maddie's like, so you don't want to go to Village Point? And I was like, no, like, I guess we'll just wait till we go to Arizona. She's like, all right. I was like, cool. So we get here. Fun fact, if you didn't know, the only Gap location in the entire state of Arizona is in Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall. We could not believe. I told them, I walked up to this guy. He's like, oh, no, we don't have that shirt. I was like, damn. He's like, I said, can you check some other stores? He said, yeah, what state? I said, Arizona. He said, oh, no, we're the only location. I said, what? Bro, my jaw was on the floor. As big as this fucking state is, you're telling me you're the only fucking Gap location? That's crazy. I mean, I guess Maddie and I were thinking, we were like, do you know another Gap besides the one that's at Village Point? And I was like, I mean, no, not off the top of my head, I guess. She's like, is there one in Lincoln? I said, I don't know. And I probably could have looked that up before I got on here and started yapping about it, but still don't know. So if you're curious, look it up. But I just was so fucking like, he was like, yeah, we have outlets, the Gap Factory or whatever, but he's like, you're not gonna find that there if it's brand new. And I was like, oh my God. He's like, okay, I can check and see if I can order it for you. I was like, all right, this was a couple days ago. So I was like, okay, how fast can you order it? He's like, let's see. Let me see what size we have in, blah, 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 whatever. He's like, so we only have a 2X and it wouldn't get here in time. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, this was my plan A. I didn't have a plan B. I was like, I don't even know. I don't know what my plan B would be. I was like, okay, can we recreate this shirt? He's like, oh, I don't know if I have something like that. Like, let me look at the picture. And he starts like analyzing everything. We're running around the store. He's picking stuff up. He's, grabbing this and that. And he's like, try these on. I was like, okay, bitch, when I tell you, I'll have to eventually tell you guys what kind of shirts they were, because I don't even have them in here with me right now. But I was so fucking happy with the outcome of this. So basically the shirt that I was looking for was a white on white layered long sleeve. So it was a long sleeve shirt with a short sleeve shirt on top. Except the only thing that was different was that the sleeves were sewn onto the short sleeve underneath. So it didn't have two hems up at the top of the neckline, and it didn't have two hems at the bottom where it lays. And so I was like, fuck. Okay, well, let's just try all this shit on. I'm so happy. We figured it out. We found out what we needed to figure out, and I'm so grateful for it because it looks so cute. I paired it with a pair of men's 90s relaxed ripped jeans or whatever, and I'm going to do bare feet. I got my toes done, or I did my toes. So I made sure that they were all nice and cute, so that, because I'm not wearing tennis shoes. So I think we're going to do a indoor photo shoot with just like a white backdrop, and we're just going to do some nice, cute headshots and whatever. But I'm super excited because I love the outfit, and I think it's going to turn out really good. So can't wait. That's later today, and I'm already kind of freaking out about it because I'm like, oh, I just hope it turns out good. I hope I love everything. And we'll go from there. But Scotty's doing my pictures, so shout out to him. Can't wait for you guys to see those. It's going to be great. Next bullet point. I wanted to go to the Scout Vintage store. I've seen a few times. A few Arizona influencers have posted about it, and some of them participate in it. It's kind of like you get a shelf. There's like, I don't know, probably 10 to 15 shelves in there. And you get to like rent out a shelf that you can thrift all these things for and resell there. So I thought that was super cute. I just thought it was a really good idea, and I wanted to see it in person. And they also, apparently, the owner is JC Marie Smith. She's an influencer in California. It's her mom that owns it. And I guess she makes these fire ass brown butter chocolate chip cookies, and all these fucking influencers rave about it. And I'm like, babe, we have to go. I need to get these fucking chocolate chip cookie dough. And I can confirm the hype they are worth the hype. They are actually fucking fire. The dough by itself is so good. It's just so good. I told Maddie, I was like, we're gonna have to bake all the cookies so we can bring them home, because I'm not taking a chance of flying with cookie dough. So I was like, we'll just have to bake them and put them in a Ziploc and bring them with us, and then just like freeze them when we get home or something, so we don't fucking eat all these fucking cookies. 1 second. I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. I had to take a quick bathroom break because, which is such the joy of podcasting, that I can literally press pause and go to the bathroom. It's like my dream come true. If you know me, I fucking hate working a 9 to 5. Not because the hours suck. That has nothing to do with it. It literally is about the fact that someone else, I have to ask to go to the bathroom. I don't know why people think that that's okay. That sounds crazy to me. I get that not every place and not every position, every job, you can just be like, all right, I got to go to the bathroom. But to be denied of the human, the human body response that you're giving that you need to go, and they're like, oh yeah, no, not yet. Oh no, no. See that right there? That sends my IBS into a fucking spiral. I can tell you that right now. I can't be somewhere where they're telling me I can't go to the bathroom. Like, no. All right, enough about me. We're moving on. Okay, we got 4 more bullet points to talk about, and then we're gonna hit Fave 5. Yeah, La Grande Orange. It is basically like half coffee shop, half pizzeria restaurant. It's kind of weird, but the coffee shop cafe side is so cute. They make all these little coffees, they have pastries, they have little desserts, they have all these cute little knickknacks for kids. And, I think they might be small businesses, but these fun little cards and jewelry and stuff like that. I love that it's kind of just like all in one place. I just think that's so cool. They have like fresh to go stuff, vegetable platters, fruit salad in a cup or whatever. So much, I don't know. They just have so much stuff. But my favorite thing about them is that they have jelly cats. And if you know me, I love a good jelly cat. I don't sleep with them hoes. I just use them as decoration. I think they're so fucking cute. And I have to say, this is my first one that I've gotten that is not food related. Well, actually, that's kind of a lie. Damn. So it's a bunny, but the inside of the ears have this really cute strawberry print. And I just fucking fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. And I told Maddie that I wanted to get one for our first baby and pick one out specifically together. But I was like, obviously, we don't know if it's a boy or a girl, whenever that time may be. Again, not pregnant, but whenever that time may be. I was like, I don't know if it's going to be a girl because they had this really cute, it's a star, and it was covered in that strawberry fabric. And then it had a little tiny bunny on the bottom of it that you pull and it like goes on a car seat and it plays music or whatever. That, I fucking wanted that so bad. But I was like, my luck, we're going to have a fucking boy. And not that boys don't love strawberries, but it's very girly. So I was like, well, this one will just be for me. How about that? Because something in my body's telling me I need it. So we ended up getting that instead because we also couldn't decide on one for our future baby. So we skipped out on that. But I did get that really cute bunny. And I also got a toasted English muffin with butter. They make their own English muffins. And they're so fucking good. And every time I come here, unlike when I lived here, I didn't even buy a 6-pack of them. But they sell them in a 6-pack as well next to all the registers. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to need some of those. And I was like, no, I probably shouldn't. Like, that's a lot, whatever. Maddie's like, no, I don't think it's that bad. And I was like, nah, I'll just skip it. Of course, yesterday I was like, yeah, we need to go back. I need to get some. I was like, those can come home with us. So I'm going to need, I need some. So we went back and we grabbed some more English muffins and they were delicious. So I can't wait to have one of those after this. Next bullet point. We went to a WNBA game for the Phoenix Mercury. So if you don't know, the men's NBA team for Arizona is the Phoenix Suns. And the women's WNBA team is the Phoenix Mercury. This morning, when I put on this t-shirt that we got from the game, we got free t-shirts. I don't know. They were giving them out to everybody. So cool, by the way. I was walking out here walking out to meet Maddie in the living room, and I was like, is Mercury the closest planet to the sun? She was like, I don't know. And I was like, I bet it is. And I feel like we learned this in elementary and middle school, but like, who the fuck remembers that? Not me. If you have a great brain like that, good for you. I'm so proud. But no, not me. Couldn't remember. So I asked Siri. I was like, hey, bitch, can you tell me? She said, yeah, it is. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. And I was like, I'm just so smart. Like, I'm a genius. Anyway, I thought that was fucking cool. It was a cool little fun fact. I was like, actually, I never even thought to put 2 and 2 together. Like, it never crossed my mind. I don't know why, but anywho, I'm sure everybody else that's a Mercury fan already put that together. But we don't live here, so give me a break. Cut me a little bit of slack, would ya? Last night we got Din Tai Fung takeout. Definitely would recommend going in person because I just feel like the food would have been better. I would have had a better rating to give you if it was hot and fresh and in person for every meal. I just feel like it makes the absolute largest difference. We ended up getting takeout because you literally can't get a reservation until October. They're booked out till October, and then you can't book after October. They haven't opened it yet. So we just settled on doing takeout. We were like, fuck it, whatever. We'll just get it to go. So we went last night. We went to go pick it up. I ordered on my phone. We went to go pick it up. Oh my God. First of all, never order from the fucking Scottsdale location. They're supposed to be opening a Chandler location in 2027. The Scottsdale location is great and all, but you need to park in a fucking parking garage, and you have to go, like, it is a fucking trek to get to this fucking restaurant, okay? Unless somebody drops you off and spins the block and you run inside to grab it. But even then, we had to wait another like 15 minutes. Our food wasn't ready yet. But I think it was actually ready on time because we were there early. So I think we just had to wait because we were early. But their efficiency is immaculate. Fucking crazy. Okay, our order. We got, my rating. I'll give it a honestly 7 out of 10. It was good, but I don't think it was as hyped up as all these people are making it good, if you know what I mean. I don't know. It just wasn't, I don't feel like it was something extremely special. I feel like you could get any of those items somewhere else. Maybe not the chocolate bun things that I'm going to tell you about, but mostly everything else I feel like you could probably get from somewhere. Anyway, so I got we got the garlic green beans. Those were really fucking good. I will give those a good rating. Those were pretty fire. I love that they were a little bit crunchy. The oil or the garlic oil or whatever's on them is really good. Those were delicious. And then we got the fried noodles with strip steak. I will say the strip steak was actually really good. I had very low expectations for the skirt steak, not strip steak. Skirt steak. I had very low expectations for the skirt steak, and it was actually really fucking tender and good, and I was very surprised. So I was honestly very happy with that. We also ordered the soy sauce noodles. I didn't order them spicy. However, they're spicy as a motherfucker, so I can't imagine the fucking spicy ones. I also think that those would have been a better thing if you were in person. I don't feel like the to-go really gave the same experience. The noodles just have rested together, and it's just not the same. I just feel like when it's hot and it's ready and it's in front of you, it's probably a way better experience. So that one just really wasn't for me. And then lastly, we got the chocolate bao buns, which were so good. It literally tastes like it's filled with hot fudge. It's like one of those little tiny circle bun things, and it's filled with chocolate, and it smells like hot fudge. It tastes delicious. I personally, I think you're supposed to eat it all in one bite, but the texture was just way too much for me. So I had like half. It was great. Maddie had the rest. We also got the cream. I don't even know what it is. A vanilla whipped or vanilla frothed cream that you dip it in. And personally, neither one of us really cared for that. But again, I think that might have been one of the things that maybe tastes better in person. I'm not sure. And lastly, we're going to talk about my tooth gem experience. Girl, how much time you have? This was such a terrible experience. So before we came here, I reached out online, looked online to a couple different places. I reached out to this place and I asked like, hey, are you guys, are you available to do tooth gems? I have my own gems. Do you guys do that? So Train gave me, I don't know how many. It's like 10, I forgot to, I don't know. I didn't count. 10 to 15, I would say 10 to 12 of these like micro diamonds that he took out of a ring. And so he was like, you could use them for a tooth gem. I was like, oh, period. So first of all, the lady said that I was going to have a jeweler inspect these diamonds before she was going to be able to put them in. I said, perfect. That sounds great. Like, I'm trusting you, right? Like, I'm like, okay, period. You got your own jeweler. Like, got it. Her jeweler did not end up looking at them, but sent her a text message on how to tell blah, blah, blah. So what the fuck? You can't do that. That's not how you tell if a diamond's real or not, or if it's capable of being used for a fucking tooth gem. So it was already a fucking red flag. We get there. Okay. I told Maddie that before we went there that I was like, these 12 diamonds that I have, it is either these or nothing. I'm not paying money for her gems or whatever the fuck she's trying to sell. It's like $200 to do what I wanted to do. But she told me she couldn't use my gems by themselves. She had to incorporate some of her other, or my diamonds. She had to incorporate some of her gems on her own. So first of all, she looks at them and she tells me these can't be used. I said, okay, what are my options? She said, well, we can do this, this, and this. I said, so I can't use these, but I can't use them by themselves, but I can use them if I mix them with some of your shit. She's like, yeah. I'm like, no. Bitch, you got the wrong one. Right idea, maybe for you, for business or whatever you want to scam people like that, but wrong bitch. Not going to be for me. First of all, she was on the phone when we fucking got there. We made the appointment on time. We get there, she's on this fucking phone call or whatever. I don't know who the fuck she's talking to, but doesn't look good for you. We walk in, we sit down, and she just is yapping. I don't even know what the fuck she's talking about. She's just talking about, I can't even tell you. I don't remember. She was literally just yapping. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like my anxiety's already kind of like through the roof. So we get in there. She looks at these and she's like, yeah, so these aren't real. She didn't say fake, but she said these aren't real. Immediately, I pull out my phone. I'm texting Train. He's like, no, they're real. Like I had them taken out by a jeweler. They are real diamonds. I don't know what to tell you. I was like, yeah, I already knew this bitch was red flag, but like this shit's just stressing me out. As soon as she told me that, I was like, yeah, time to go. But again, she told me how she could use them, but she told me they weren't right, so they couldn't be used, but she could use them if she mixes with stuff. So I'm like, how are they not being able to be used, but you can use them if you mix them with shit that you're going to charge me for? Like, I'm not the wrong bitch. I just, no. I told her that I was like, okay, well, honestly, I just told Maddie that I was like, when we were in the car, I told her I was like, my cop out that I decide I just don't want to do it is that I'm going to be that I don't think the tooth gem is for me at all after further discussion. And so that's what I told her. I just told her that I was like, honestly, I'll give you $20 for your time that you came out to your office and showed me all this shit and talked me through it and whatever. Still think that I would love to do a tooth gem, and I think I will get them reassessed by somebody else and see if I can use them back in Omaha. But yeah, it was a no-no experience. I just was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, well, I'll give you $20 for your time. And she's like, well, you have my phone number. You can reach out if you change your mind. And then she asked us what location we were staying. And I said, Scottsdale. She said, oh, I used to date a guy that lived on a golf course over there. What? First of all, I don't fucking know you. Second of all, what? People fucking blow my mind. I gotta be honest with you. They blow my fucking mind. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm like, oh, cool. She's like, yeah, it just didn't work out. Okay. Oh, man, mind you, like to give you visual, she's probably like a 40-year-old, long black hair, but she's got some grays coming in because she just had a baby, I think. But she's like real fucking skinny, but she has giant fucking boobs. I don't know. It just wasn't it. It just was. It was just not it. Anyway, we're moving on. She was nuts. We left. Fave 5. All right. For starters, we're starting off strong with brownie bites covered in powdered sugar that I got from the AJ's grocery store here. AJ's is like just a local grocery store that they have in Arizona. And we were walking around because we needed to grab syrup, I'm pretty sure. And of course, I didn't fucking have the syrup I was looking for. But it's more of like a healthier grocery store. And so we go in there, which I don't know. They had some healthy stuff and some not healthy stuff. So I didn't really understand. But they had sitting around where we would normally see like at a Hy-Vee or whatever, like the cookies, or a Walmart, you'd see like the cookies and the pastries or whatever, that kind of shit that's like in the plastic boxes. So I was like passing by, I looked and there was these brownie bites. It said brownie bites covered in powdered sugar. I said, yeah, you're fucking coming home with me, bitch. You're coming home. And I didn't even wait. Got in the car and I was like, you need to go back inside and get a second box. These are so good. Like, there's no way. And I thought they'd be really good in the freezer because I love, I love my pizza machine brownies in the freezer. Not the same, which is really sad because I really was hoping that they would end up like that. They didn't. They were just way too hard. They weren't the kinds of ones that were good like that. So that kind of made me sad. But aside from the point, they were delicious. Point number 2, In-N-Out. Enough said. Not even going to further elaborate on that. We talked about it at the beginning of the episode. The order's up there. Go back to the beginning and listen. And next time you go to In-N-Out, try that shit. Also, get yourself a t-shirt. They're $20. We got one. I'm pretty sure we already have the one that we got, but I don't know. We were like, no, I don't think we have that. But the more I think about it, I think I already have it in my closet at home. But we'll see. Anyways, those are my favorite t-shirts to wear with all my sweatsuits, underneath all my sweatshirts in the winter and everything. They wash so fucking well and they just stay looking decent, which I love. Third, Scout Vintage Brown Butter Chocolate Chip Cookies. We talked about that prior, so I'm not going to elaborate. But wow. If I could find a way to send back 2 dozen of them, I would. And it's just really unfortunate. I really wish I could have the recipe. But anywho, 4, La Grande Orange English Muffins. And I can't wait to leave your house so I can go eat one because it just sounds so fucking good. And then last but not least, never the least, is my wife, Maddie. We have gotten to spend so much quality time together on this trip, and I definitely didn't take it for granted. I'm so thankful to have her love and support me every single day and support me through every fucking crazy idea and journey that I want to partake in. There's truly no better person to add to the list of Fave 5 than my wife, and I am thankful for her every fucking day. Because you guys, if you think I'm a bitch, you wouldn't even be able to stand living with me, okay? The woman puts up with a lot. So we got to give her a lot of credit. I love you, babe. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I am so happy I'm in Arizona. I can't wait to post some of the pictures from the photo shoot so you guys get to see. I hope you guys have a fun and safe rest of your day and a fun and safe weekend this weekend. And I love you so much. Bye.